What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are back to talk about the Star Gemmers. We're gonna take a look at the reworks, we're gonna take a look at the new kits, and I'm gonna be honest, this team is pretty much insane, and I will be surprised if this is not a legendary team, because the kit of these characters is at a level that it's almost remarkable, it's pretty much remarkable. And even the reworks for Rocket and Groot are pretty much insane. So we're gonna break down all the information that you need to know in order for you to prepare for this team. This is going to be a Cosmic Crucible team, which you can use on offense and on defense. And this team is going to counter characters that have barrier, characters that have assist mechanics, and characters that have a lot of crit chance. So we are pretty much talking about Illuminati and Odin, but not only that. So we're gonna go through the entire kits. It's a lot, it's massive, really massive. The kits are gigantic. All this information was from the Boylan YouTube channel. You can check out the original video if you want to. And I think I know who's leaking this stuff for Boylan, but because the community enjoys these kind of things, we're gonna keep in a positive manner, and we're gonna make the most out of it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, and if you find the information helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button. Okay, let's get started. These kits are really gigantic, like it's not a joke. Just so in green we have the reworks, and that's around 30% of the entire thing. And these kits are dense, absolutely dense. So let's get started because this is gonna take a while. Okay, so Groot basic. Tag primary target for damage and apply regeneration for self and 2 injured allies. This is something that you'll see throughout the kits, is that they have some flexibility, or to use with Guardian characters, or with X-Men characters, or with Gladiator, and you'll see why in a second. Then we have special clear all negative effects on self and all allies, apply that proof and defense up for self and all allies, apply safeguard for self and all Star Gemmer allies for 2 turns, and the special is now an attack, and it also flips 3 positive effects into negative effects on the primary target, like Wong does with his ultimate, and is going to cause Star Gemmers to attack the primary target. Outside of Cosmic Crucible is just 1. In Cosmic Crucible is gonna 2 Star Gemmer allies with the highest damage. And this is going to be very important because we have different characters on the Star Gemmers that have different abilities on their basics. And you'll see that one of the preferable ones is going to be Our the Duck, which maybe means Our the Duck is gonna be a legendary. We'll see. In terms of the ultimate for Groot, you can see absolutely massive. Reduce the duration of all negative effects on self and all Star Gemmer allies by 2. So this will clear traumas, heal blocks, disrupts, anything away. It will also clear 2 additional negative effects on characters that are not Star Gemmers, X-Men characters, Guardians, and Gladiator. Heal self and all allies for 30% of these characters' max health. Apply immune to self, all Guardians, and all Star Gemmer allies for 2 turns. In Cosmic Crucible, it also applies Safeguard to self and all Star Gemmer allies on top of the special, and it's going to generate ability energy for the entire team in Cosmic Crucible, but outside of Cosmic Crucible just for Rocket. This means that this team on defense is going to be very powerful, because even after the sacks, you're gonna have a lot of your ultimates ready for the enemy to face on the next attack. So absolutely massive team for Cosmic Crucible defense and offense, of course. The passive for Groot is when this character is attacked, gains a counter, and when he does the assist, he's going to gain regens for himself and 2 allies. And he's also going to apply slow to the attacker. This is very important. You want to have Groot with taunt as often as possible, and you want to have the attackers as often as possible with slow, because they'll be limited in speed. You'll understand in a second. If this character has 4 or more Star Gemmer allies, while this character has 40% health or higher, lower the assist chance of all enemies by 100%. So this is going to be like Echo, this is going to be like Morgan Le Fay. Assists will be stopped, and this will be messing up with Old Man Logan and also with Odin, and even with Shuri and Hank Pym and so on. Those are the characters that right now are meta, that have assist mechanics. Until this character takes a turn, this character and all Star Jammer allies gain 200% focus. This is going to be very important because Groot is very slow and is going to be the last one on his team. So this is a free 200% focus, and this will be great for the team. On death of Groot is going to revive, and when he revives is going to give defense up for all allies, but it's going to give speed up, offense up and counters to all Guardian and Star Jammers. This is going to work the same way that Miss Marvel Classic gives buffs for her teams. The only difference is that this is based on Groot dying and reviving rather than Miss Marvel losing charges, right? So you probably don't want to get up your Groot way too much, because otherwise you might not be able to capitalize on this. So watch out, don't rush and go get up Groot, because it's probably not going to be important. And then we also have that he gives death proof to a random rocket ally, and he already did this in the past. So as you guys can see, massive kits. This is like a brand new character, and Groot goes from absolutely useless to one of the best characters in the game. Okay, let's take a look at the kit of Rocket, the rework. Attack primary target and resistant targets for damage, and he has additional crit chance, so you're probably going to use him as a raider. If Groot is an ally, this attack is unavoidable. Then we have the special attack primary target for damage, additional crit chance per Star Jammer ally, and it's going to apply taunt for 2 turns to Groot, and also immunity. Call Groot to assist and gain assist also from a random ally, can be Star Jammer or not. If this character has 4 or more Star Jammer allies, the attack is unavoidable, cannot be blocked. This is a very powerful ability. You can one-shot people with this type of abilities, like you have with Spider Slayer, right? So it's going to be in the same manner where you have a bunch of assists, and depending if you have Rocket as a raider or as a striker and Groot as a skirmisher or something else, then you might be able to do a triple tap and one-shot a character right away, because this is very, very high damage, plus this very high crit chance as well. Even if you have a striker with high crit chance, it's going to be a massive amount of damage. Now we have the ultimate for Rocket, attack all enemies for piercing, gain 2 counters. If Groot is an ally, flip all negative effects into positive effects on self and on Groot, and apply counters to Guardians and Star Jammers. This will ignore defense up, unavoidable and cannot be blocked, but it already does piercing, so it's almost the same. It's just saying that you do maximum damage to the enemies. And finally we have the passive. On turn, apply offense up for 2 turns for self and 2 random allies that do not have offense up. This is important because our duck is going to apply offense up to Star Jammers, but like I said, you have some flexibility with this team, and this means that if you have someone that is not a Star Jammer, then Rocket can apply offense up to them, so you are not penalized because of that. Tech allies will gain 5% damage, and we don't know if our duck is going to be a tech character or a bio character, or if Lilandra is going to be a tech character or a bio character. If this character has 4 or more Star Jammer allies, lower the crit chance of enemies by 100%. Once again, this is going to affect Odin with Raider Isolate. This is going to affect Shuri. This is going to affect Black Bolt. This is going to affect a bunch of other characters as well. So not as good as the kit from Groot, but Rocket still pretty remarkable. Okay, so that was all the reworks. As you guys can see, 30% of the kits for the entire team, which is pretty much insane. Now we're gonna take a look at Havok. Havok, pretty decent. His ISO weight is a little bit difficult to choose, but overall he has the synergies with X-Men, but not X-Factor. I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed about this, but okay, once again, at least we have the X-Men tag. And X-Factor, it's part of X-Men, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so on the basic, is going to attack the primary target and is going to chain and apply slow. Nothing special, flips negative effects on himself to positive effects. Like I said, nothing special once again. In terms of the special, he's going to attack primary target and apply stun and trauma. And then he's going to attack the primary target and adjacent targets and apply heal block. And then he's going to apply trauma to all of them once again. So you're going to have trauma stun for 2 turns. And then you're going to have ability block, heal block trauma for multiple targets as well. This is very, very powerful ability. I really, really like it. In Cosmic Crucible defense, this will ignore characters with taunt and stealth, and it will focus on enemies that are controllers with charge mechanics. So this is going to be your Green Goblin Classic, this is going to be your Black Panther Shuri, but also maybe Old Man Logan. I'm not sure if it's going to affect Old Man Logan or not, but at least Green Goblin Classic and Black Panther Shuri, those for sure will get focused by this ability, which is the stun. The stun with heal block, trauma, and so on. Let's move on to the ultimate of Havok. We have attack primary target for 500% piercing, apply defense down for 2 turns. On kill, apply safeguard to self, Starjammer, and X-Men allies, yes. Prolong the duration of defense down for 1 turn to each enemy with barrier. And this attack will ignore defense up and gains 200% base damage if the primary target has barrier. So this is probably going to one-shot someone right away, because if you multiply the 200% damage by the 500% piercing, well, then you are doing 1000% piercing, right? Because once again, this is base damage, this is not damage multiplier, and usually the difference is that big D means base damage, small d means damage multiplier. If it was damage multiplier, this will be a total of 700 rather than 1000, which is a big difference. Okay, so a big nuke, this is going to be like the ultimate of Melin Prior, probably going to one-shot someone right away. If not, they have defense down and they'll die pretty much after. Now, in terms of the passive from Havok, this is a very powerful passive. When an enemy attacks this character, a Starjammer ally or an X-Men ally, Havok is going to attack those enemies for 20% piercing. The attack will be unavoidable, and this will gain 150% extra base damage if they have barriers. So, yikes, those pings are really going to hurt. This is going to be like Kestrel, but on steroids. On enemy turn, if that enemy has barrier, and if this character has 2 or more Starjammer or X-Men allies, this will apply Disrupt to a maximum of 3. Enemies with barrier cannot gain immunity. This is going to be a problem against Astral in Alliance Wars, because they can flip immunity into immunity, but because they have a lot of barrier, then they cannot gain immunity. So it's a mini counter against Astral on Alliance Wars. Lower the damage reduction of all enemies with barrier by 25%. This is going to be against Odin, this is going to be against the Gamma teams. And in Crucible, if this character has this character and all Starjammer allies gain 10% speed for each enemy with barrier to a maximum of 50%. And it seems like you can still stack this up with the speed up. Yikes, at least we have nothing saying the opposite. But these are like preview kits, they might be changed in the future. So that was the kit of Havok, a lot of devastating damage, this stun with trauma absolutely massive, and this one-shot ultimate very interesting as well. I definitely want to see how powerful this guy is going to be in the game. Okay, now we have Lilandra, and Lilandra, she's going to be able to summon a gladiator, which is wild, absolutely wild. Let's take a look at her kits. So attack primary target, apply offense down. If Gladiator is an ally, Gladiator is going to be assisting. This can be a summoned Gladiator or it can be your own Gladiator. If the primary target has barrier, she's going to gain deflect, and in Cosmic Crucible she's going to apply deflect to herself and all allies, whether they are Starjammers or not. With the special, she's going to clear the barrier for all enemies, attack primary target for big damage, apply defense down and slow for 2 turns, rebound chain to multiple targets. With the rebound chain, she's going to apply offense down and heal block, massive. Then she's going to bury herself and the entire team for 30% max health. If Groot is an ally, he's going to gain regeneration and taunt. And we have counterattacks will break this rebound chain. And if this character has 3 or more Starjammer allies, this cannot be blocked or counterattacked. So the rebound chain will not break. In terms of the ultimate for Lilandra, we have in Cosmic Crucible clear all barrier on all enemies. If this character has 3 or more Starjammer allies, clear all positive effects on each of those enemies. Absolutely massive. Attack all enemies for 400% damage. Bonus attack for 200% damage 2 times. So this is going to be like the ultimate of Firestar, but for everyone. In Cosmic Crucible, it's going to apply trauma to each of those targets. Once again, like Firestar ultimate. And on kill, clear all negative effects on self and our Starjammer allies. Apply immunity and safeguard for self and all Starjammer allies. Absolutely massive. This is insane. Unavoidable, cannot be blocked and cannot be counterattacked. Now we have the passive for Lilandra. If this character, the first time this character drops below 50% health, summon Gladiator. Yes, so a free summon just like that. So you want to put Lilandra next to Groot. So any kind of splash damage that Groot provides, Lilandra is going to be pushed below 50, and then you get Gladiator. So you might want to use this just to speed up to have the Gladiator as fast as possible if you want. On any turn, if this character does not have exhaust, flip all vulnerabilities on self and all Starjammer allies to regeneration. We have never seen a character that does a mechanic like this, and this is going to absolutely counter any kind of Cabal combos that can be used against this team. On enemy turn, if that enemy has barrier, apply offense down to a maximum of 3. So this means that when Odin does his ultimate or his basic or whatever, is going to do way less damage. In Cosmic Crucible, enemy protectors cannot gain taunt. We don't have many Cosmic Protectors right now. We have Invisible Woman, we have Gladiator, and that's pretty much it. Mephisto is also Cosmic Protector, but he cannot have taunt, so not sure what's up with that. And in Cosmic Crucible, if you have 4 or more Starjammer allies, enemies cannot gain speed up, and this character and all Starjammers cannot gain slow. So this is going to give you a massive speed advantage, because you're always going to be able to apply slow to the enemies, but they cannot gain speed up. But you can get speed up, and you can also get that additional speed if the enemies have barriers. So you're going to have massive speed advantage over your enemies. Okay, so that was Lilandra. And so far we have 4 characters, and their kits are absolutely insane. The team would be so powerful by itself with just these 4 characters, but we still have more. We still have Our the Duck. Is this going to be a legendary team? I'm not sure, but this team is pretty much insane. Okay, so let's take a look at the kit for Our the Duck with the basic gain offense up. In Cosmic Crucible, apply offense up for self and all Starjammer allies. Once again, you have some flexibility with this team, and you also have Gladiator, and this is why Rocket is also providing offense up to allies. Attack primary target for big damage, then bonus attack for piercing. In Cosmic Crucible, we have additional bonus attacks, so this is going to be pretty much like the Quicksilver basic. Attacking multiple times, you can use him as a raider, you can use him as a striker, depending on what you are trying to achieve. Then we have Our the Dog special, clear all barrier on enemies, attack all enemies for piercing damage, and for each enemy with barrier is going to gain 100% base damage up to 500. So once again, this is going to be absolutely massive. Our the Dog is going to devastate the field. Is this guy going to be a legendary? I'm not sure, but this kit is pretty much insane. Then we have Our the Dog ultimate, attack primary target and adjacent targets for 500% piercing, apply ability block and disrupt. So this is like the ultimate of Strife, but on steroids. Very, very powerful ability block to multiple targets, and disrupt for 2 turns. This is just insane. Then we have in Cosmic Crucible, this character has 4 or more Starjammer allies, also applies trauma for all enemies. This is why I think this character is a legendary character. This ultimate, like Strife ultimate plus disrupt plus trauma, is just way too crazy. And on top of that, This character gains 250% base damage against targets with a barrier. It's crazy. Like, this has to be a legendary team. Like, it makes no sense otherwise. Now we have the passive for our the duck. On spawn, apply defense up for self and all Star Jammer allies in all game modes. In Cosmic Crucible, fill the speed bar for Star Jammers and Star Jammer allies by 30% plus 5%. So this is gonna be a total of 50%, and this is absolutely massive. On enemy turn, if this character has barrier, attack that enemy for 250% piercing. So once again, we have more pings. Not only we have Havok doing pings, we also have our dog doing pings. So it's like having two castrels at the same time. In Cosmic Crucible, before this character takes a turn, speed bar cannot be filled or reduced by any enemies themselves, for allies, enemies, and so on. So this is going to be a counter against characters like Miss Marvel Hard Light. This is going to be a counter against Green Goblin Classic and a few other characters that gain speed bar on spawn, or that for some reason are faster than our the duck. But we already know that our the duck is going to have massive speed, massive amount of speed bar, so not many characters will be able to do that. But definitely Green Goblin Classic, Vulture, and Miss Marvel Hard Light. If this character has 4 or more Star Jammer allies, the speed of all enemies can only be altered by positive effects and negative effects. This is going to be speed up and slow, and this means that characters like Blade and the Night Stalkers, their extra speed will not affect this team, or their team will not have extra speed. So that's the point. And if this character has 4 or more Star Jammer allies, enemies cannot gain evade. Like, this team is absolutely insane. This team has to be a legendary team because the kids are just beyond massive and they're just so powerful. This is just next level of Cosmic Crucible meta. Forget about any team that you had in the past, because the Star Jammers are coming soon to a Cosmic Crucible near you, and they are absolutely going to disrupt the meta. Odin on defense, Illuminati on defense, Mephisto on defense might not be a thing of the future. It might just be a memory of the past, because yeah, the Star Jammers are definitely going to devastate the entire Cosmic Crucible meta. But you guys let me know how excited you are for these kits. As you guys saw, a lot of these abilities work outside of Cosmic Crucible, and like I said, they can be used on defense, they can be used on offense, but remember that these kits are just preliminary. They are not final yet, but so far very exciting things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below how excited you are for this, and as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Mouse Force content, and I will catch you guys later.